Hey everyone, this is Rob Phelan, also known as your Fi Educator, and I'm here tonight to give away 10 copies of the Business Blitz game that I post about on Facebook and in my newsletter. This is a game where you're going to basically play categories, which hopefully you are familiar with. I know I asked my students last week how many of you guys have played categories before, and most of them looked at me like, what's that? So maybe not as popular a game as I thought, but how the game works is you're going to spin a wheel, much like the one you see spinning on your screen in front of you, and it's going to have a bunch of preloaded categories in it, such as auto manufacturers, sports equipment manufacturers, fast food chains, hotels, that sort of thing. So an industry basically, and if that pops up, or when that pops up, the students, either individually or in groups, are going to have 3 minutes to write down as many companies that fit into that industry as they can. So, like, say you get auto manufacturers, and you might be like Honda, Ford, Toyota, etc. But the key is that you only get a point if you have a unique answer. So, if anyone else in the room has the same answer as you, then it doesn't count, and you both cross off your list. So it's only those unique answers that are left get a point, which is what makes it really fun. My students had a great time competing against one another. I have mine in like pods of 4 to 5 desks, so I have 8 pods in my room. So we just made each table a team, and so I had 8 teams competing, and they were getting very competitive, really trying to think outside the box in terms of which companies they were going to name, and then some of them trying to sneak the obvious one in to see if everyone else would think, oh, it's too obvious, so let's not do that. But I'm giving away 10 copies, so let's get into that because I got to spin this wheel a couple of times. And if you don't get pulled out, it is a resource that is available on my DPT store. It's not a very expensive one. It is one of my cheaper resources, so do stop by and pick it up if something you think your students would enjoy. All right, with Janet. Janet? It's 2, Michael. Christina is 3. This is a great one to do if you are going to be doing like a stock market game or how the market works or Investopedia, like you're doing some sort of stock simulation. Just made it over. Jessica. That's 4. And we played the stock market game in my class, mostly because it's paid for by the state, like we have a state sponsor. Jason is 5. And state sponsor, amazing because it's $15 per team otherwise, and that's a lot of money to come up with, especially if you have multiple classes and you have to pay it every single year to do it. It's not like you buy the license once and that's it. But I did find that when I tested how the market works, that it was fine. It was not as user-friendly, but it did the job just fine. I know there's plenty of teachers out there who are big fans of Investopedia too. There are free options if you don't have the paid for one. It's 8. 9. Didn't cross. All right, Casey. And last one. All right, we're here. And Kaylee, you are our last winner. Okay, so we got our 10. Janet, Michael, Christina, Jessica, Jason, Janine, Tracy, Michelle, Casey, and Kaylee. Really appreciate all of you entering. Again, you can find this on my Teachers Pay Teacher store, which is fieducator.store. And you should be able to search for Business Blitz if you are looking for it, or look at my best-selling resources. It should be very high up on that list. Thank you again so much. You should be getting a link for all this in the email that came with the results, and hopefully you keep an eye out for my next upcoming one. I do have a new resource coming soon, so I'm going to be looking for product testers for that. So do keep an eye on my newsletter and keep an eye on Facebook for information about that. Have a great evening, everyone, and best of luck with this coming week.